Big 12 Media Days going on in Arlington, Texas. And it is our privilege and pleasure now to welcome in Dillon Gabriel. He's the new starting quarterback for the University of Oklahoma Sooners. Dillon, it's Maggie and Perloff in New York. Thanks for taking some time to talk with us.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. And I'll tell you what, this has been a busy couple months for you. So let's get our audience up to speed if they haven't been following your story as closely as we have, which is you were at UCF for a few years, and your former offensive coordinator, Jeff Lebby, takes over as the offensive coordinator at Oklahoma. Now, you had committed to UCLA, and this set off like a frantic 48 hours of would you stay at UCLA, would you go to Oklahoma? Can you take us through that time?
Man, it was a crazy time. Obviously, knowing where I'm going to go, getting a call from, Coach Lebby early in the morning saying Boomer Sooner, and 8 hours later committing to Oklahoma and sending that graphic out. It was, every minute was ticking and a lot was happening, but I'm just grateful to be here and know, throughout that process, God has put me right where I need to be, and I'm grateful to be here.
Wait, help me out for a second. So Coach Lebby had just taken the Oklahoma job. That's what changed in this whole situation?
So Coach Lebby, obviously was at Ole Miss, took that visit. He ends up getting the job at Oklahoma, and the circumstances were different at the time, so I had to prepare as if, I was going elsewhere,
okay,
which I did. And then as that slowly started to play out, he called me, said, let's get you out to Norman, Oklahoma. And once the opportunity presented itself, it was a no-brainer.
Man, fantastic. And obviously, Caleb Williams entered the transfer portal, and so all the things end up sort of falling into place for you. And this is a massive opportunity, Dillon. Pro Football Focus, take it for what that's worth. There's just one scouting service, but they have you as the top quarterback in the Big 12. I mean, Oklahoma, obviously, a massive platform. In terms of your personal goals for this year, what are they?
I'm just focused on representing this university, my coaches, my teammates, with class, respect, confidence, and humility, and throwing a bunch of touchdowns and scoring a bunch of points while doing it, while winning a bunch of games. So, that's my main focus. I know, the rest will take care of itself.
Dillon, do you see this as like a one-year commit for you, or do you see this as more of a long-term thing?
I think God's got a plan. I think, just going on and how everything transpired last year, I realized I got no control in any of how any of this plays out. So I'm just, like I said, taking it day by day, and loving every second of it.
So, Dillon, tell us about Jeff Lebby offense. I think it's going to be pretty high-powered. Obviously, different than Lincoln Riley. What's the game plan for next season? What makes his offense distinctive?
I think just the way we set the tempo of how the game's going to be played, how explosive we are, and how we're really going to push the ball down the field, and push stress on, the back end of the secondary. That's really our main focus, and scoring a bunch of points while doing it, and winning a bunch of games. So that's what we're going to be about.
We're talking, of course, with Dillon Gabriel. He's the new starting quarterback for the Oklahoma Sooners, and this is no disrespect to UCF, which has its own lineage and its own legacy, but Oklahoma quarterbacks, especially recently, Dillon, have gone on to some pretty great heights. Baker Mayfield, obviously Kyler. Do you feel pressure stepping into that stage and into that spot?
This is an opportunity, I've been dreaming of. I remember playing in the backyard with my dad and always dreaming of playing in, big-time atmospheres and hostile environments. This is really just a dream come true and something I've always wanted to do. So I look at it as a huge opportunity to, showcase my abilities and, play with a bunch of mature, players on our team, but also very talented ones.
We're talking to Oklahoma quarterback Dillon Gabriel. Now, Dillon is a Hawaii native. Dillon, how do you explain the Hawaii quarterback pipeline? Tua, Mariota, Mackenzie Milton, you. What is in the water over there that is producing so many good quarterbacks?
That water's good. I don't know what's in it, but I'm gonna keep drinking it.
Are you guys all friends?
And this is crazy you say that. I remember, just back in the day when we would go to throwing sessions, and it would be Tua, it'd be Mackenzie Milton, it'd be, Marcus, it'd be Jordan Ta'amu, it'd be Jaden Delora, Talia. It'd be all these guys, throwing at a throwing session, not knowing we'd all be playing at this level. So it's super cool to see, and something that, I'm very, I have a lot of pride about, being from Hawaii, and something I, hold near and dear to my heart because I love that place.
Dillon, just have you for a minute or two more. And again, thanks for taking the time. I'm just curious because we don't get to ask people who have been to the Manning Passing Academy very much about what their experience is like. I'm pretty sure you've been a part of that before. What do you get from going to the Manning Passing Academy?
I think when you go there, you just get to connect with people that, all play the same positions, go through the same things, and just being able to have conversations with them and how they've gone through it, their stories, and, kind of hearing that, makes you, realize, we're all going through the same thing and trying to, get to a level that we all want to get to. So it was a great experience, obviously learning from the Mannings and getting to meet them in person, as well as meet other quarterbacks. It was a great time and such a great experience.
What kind of advice do you remember them giving you? Anything stand out from the Mannings?
Biggest one is just continue to be yourself. I think being authentic and true to who you are, and know that, this is, you're here for a reason, and you've worked your butt off to get to this level. So continue to do that and continue to be authentic.
Dillon, so the Manning's obviously quite tall. Did you get to hang out with Arch at all? Any sense of Arch Manning?
Didn't. I
you missed
saw
him
briefly, but he's the next Manning up, so didn't get to see much of him.
He'll be a rival down the road at Texas.
I know it.
Well, I don't know. Dillon might be in the NFL by that time, Perloff. I'm not sure if he and Arch are going to overlap, but obviously that's all in the future. Listen, Dillon, thank you so much again for taking the time. Best of luck to you at Oklahoma, and glad everything worked out for you in the way that it did.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a good one.
Okay, appreciate you. That was Dillon Gabriel. He's the new starting quarterback at Oklahoma. How about this? He's the only guy in that quarterback room in Oklahoma who has thrown a pass on the collegiate level.
Wow.
Thank you for watching our video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see more videos like this, just hit the bell.
Yeah, ring the bell.
Just hit the bell.